Welcome into another edition of the Leadership Library, hosted by CEO and author Rocky Romanella. Rocky is the author of the book Tighten the Lug Nuts, The Principles of Balanced Leadership, and has over 40 years of business experience as a prominent member of the UPS Supply Chain Solutions team, as well as the CEO of Unitech Global Services. So sit back, grab your notebook, and take a seat, and get ready for this edition of the Leadership Library.
Welcome to the Leadership Library. I'm your host, Rocky Romanella. And as we've talked about in our previous episodes, we've talked a lot about this whole concept of implementing a new process or new procedure, and how do we go about doing that. Today, I'd like to talk about two important parts of any new process or procedures you're going to implement inside your organization. And that's taking a look at the things that we can control inside our organization, within our control, and those things that are outside of our control. I'm going to break this up into two episodes, within our control and outside of our control. So let's talk first about what are those things that happen outside of our control that we have to kind of take note of, make sure we understand, and make sure we identify them so that as we begin this process plan and we begin this implementation, we clearly understand what roles they may play in the success of this new process or procedure or product. So let's talk about things that are outside of our control. Most of them seem to fit inside the market assessment of a new product or service. For example, what are the advances in technology that are out there? Are these advances in the cloud? Are they supply chain, in the supply chain? Is there a data protection and disposal that's going to be so important into what we're trying to accomplish? And I think also we have a new 5G network that's going live. How does that impact us? For example, if we had a product or service that worked on a 3G, 4G network, and now there's a 5G network, is there upgrades that are kind of the unintended consequence of our new product and service that we may have to go back and talk to our customers about that? So I think things that are outside our control are those advances in technology that we have to understand, whether in the cloud or whether it's in the supply chain or data protection or disposal or in this new 5G network. I also think we have to talk about what are our customers' preferences? What are the things that are important to our customers today? In some cases, there's minimum fees of the things that we're trying to do. What are there could be compliance and security issues now that are more important today than they may have been 5 years or 10 years ago. What are some of the platforms that our solutions will ride on, and how do they impact our ability to implement as well? There's also, I think, commercial fees that we have to understand. So if you're a customer and there's a monthly fee, for example, for an application we just used, and then there's another fee for a commercial fee, for example, we may end up feeing you to death. And so the product may be a great product, but then when you start to think about all the fees that are associated with it, it may end up being the cost is just way too high for our customers to engage with it or adopt it. So I think it's important to understand the customer's preferences. And finally, I think we need to understand the industry trends. What's going on in the industry? So for example, years ago, it went from cycle counts to just-in-time to understanding those kinds of things. What's going on with artificial intelligence, and those are some of the things that are happening today in the marketplace. So those may be outside our direct control, but we need to understand what's going on outside our direct control. In our next episode, we'll talk about the things that we can control within our control. Until we speak again, have a great day. Thank you for visiting us here at the Leadership Library, and I hope you find great value in these episodes. Until the next time, have a safe day.